guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. I am here tonight with another one of my itinerary planning game plan videos. I have done all 4 parks already: Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios. But as I promised, I am doing a specific video for the younger crowd, right? For those little kiddos, roughly age 2 to 5 plus, kiddos who really want to focus on the kiddie rides and meeting characters. So tonight we are specifically going to do Magic Kingdom. Now, like I said, I have already done a Magic Kingdom itinerary planning video. So if you are in, let's say, mixed aged company, you might want to watch that video as well. Or if your kids are in the younger zone, you know, the 5 to 7 zone, they're not really into characters, they really do like the rides, then I suggest you look at my other Magic Kingdom video. But if you are bringing littles and you haven't been before and you really want them to do all the kiddie rides and meet all the characters, this video is for you. And like I have said before, I am not really pro itinerary. I am more or less pro game plan, because itineraries are kind of hard to follow, you know, minute by minute, second by second, because there's just so many variables and things that come into play that make a itinerary kind of not one size fit all. Specifically, if we're talking, are you a family with boys or girls, or what ages your kids are? So we're gonna try to get into it with my game plan video. Obviously, I need you guys to take notes and adjust this game plan as needed, because again, you might not have kids interested in meeting the princesses, and that might change things for you. So yes, we are gonna get into my Magic Kingdom itinerary game plan video for the younger set, for those toddlers and little kids. You guys ready? Let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is I need to note that we will be following the current park map. It is my firm belief, especially with kiddos, that you don't want to be what I call the human ping pong ball. You kind of want to follow the flow of the map so it makes sense to you. So you're not like zipping and zooming all over the park. We're going to kind of focus in one area, hit it hard, and then move on. And for you with the little kiddos, that means Fantasyland. Fantasyland is where you will be spending most of your time. In fact, with many of my clients who go for vacations, they wonder if they should do Magic Kingdom twice. My answer will 100% always be yes. Magic Kingdom is the perfect park for the younger crowd. So, as I said, let's get into it. So this is kind of built for Disney Resort guests, because I will be talking about rope drop. Obviously, if you can't do rope drop, then you'll just kind of modify the times of these kind of things a little bit due to that. Also, I will be doing this based on Genie Plus. I understand that not everyone loves Genie Plus and not everyone is interested in Genie Plus. I get it. You don't have to use Genie Plus, but for you to maximize your day and get a nice mix of skipping the line and waiting for line for rides and characters, Genie Plus will be best for you. Just throwing it out there, especially for this theme park. You guys ready? Let's go. So the first thing, like I said, Genie Plus, 7 a.m. What are you gonna do? What should you pick? Well, if you parents really need to do 7 Dwarf Mine Train, then go ahead and pay for 7 Dwarf Mine Train individual Lightning Lane. Again, only if those of you are interested in it. Otherwise, your regular Genie Plus is gonna be Fairy Tale Hall. That is right, to meet one of the princesses, either Cinderella or Tiana. Now this is where it changes a bit. If you have boys who could care less about princesses, then maybe you want to try meeting Mickey and Minnie over at Town Square Theater. Either way, that is what you are gonna Genie Plus. If you are not able to do rope drop, you are 100% gonna want a Genie Plus Peter Pan. That is gonna be your #1 spot. But if you are gonna rope drop, because you're a Disney Resort guest, then yes, either Fairy Tale Hall Princesses or Mick and Min. Make sense? All right, so rope drop. Those of you who are on a Disney property, we get into the parks a half an hour early. I highly suggest this. Rope drop, although early, does help you maximize your day because for that first half hour, you can get quite a bit done when you have the younger crowd with you, especially since most of my families tell me their kids are up anyway. So just go ahead and get your little guys over to the park as soon as you can. And you're gonna wanna rope drop. First ride, Peter Pan. That's right. It's like a 45-second ride whose line can get into the 70-minute zone. So yes, do Peter Pan and just get it out of the way. After Peter Pan, you're gonna kick over basically across from the ride. Make sure you guys check out my maps here. And you're gonna do Small World. That way you just knocked out 2 rides and the park probably hasn't even opened yet. After Small World, you're gonna go ahead and hit a bathroom break right there over at the Rapunzel bathrooms. Now you wanna do the bathroom break specifically, someone probably has to go potty at this time, but this is when you can get your little ones kind of all fluffy and dressed up in a pretty dress and a little crown, because the next thing up is probably your Fairy Tale Hall Princess Genie Plus. That's right. So directly after Small World, the park is probably opening at this point. Hopefully it is time for your Genie Plus pass. You're gonna go meet Cinderella and who's ever the visiting princess is. Whatever one you Genie Plus, then you're gonna do the Genie Plus or whatever the time is, and then you're gonna do the other one. So basically, I know this sounds confusing. There is Cinderella and her visiting princess, and then there's Tiana and her visiting princess. So my point is do all 4 princesses at one time. So you Genie Plus one and their visiting princess. When you're done or before it, visit the other one and their visiting princess. Therefore, you did all 4 princesses in one time and you're done. You got your kiddo all cute and all pretty. You met the princesses. They're still happy. It's still early in the morning. Outfits are not covered in ice cream or ketchup. And you did it. Moving on. After you've scanned in, because usually when you scan into Genie Plus, you do have to scan in 2 times. After you scanned in, go ahead and pass Winnie the Pooh. Now, for those of you who are like, Nina, I don't care about princesses. Then after Small World, you would have gone down Main Street, met Mick and Min, and then you would have passed Winnie the Pooh next. See how I'm going? So when the other one set's doing princesses, you're doing Mickey and Minnie, and now we're all doing Winnie the Pooh together. You guys with me? Hopefully you are. All right, so while you're waiting for your Winnie the Pooh pass to start, you're in the perfect area to go ahead and do Mickey's PhilharMagic. Now I have filmed this before. Mickey's PhilharMagic is a really cool like movie theater show where you do wear 3D glasses. Mickey and Donald kind of do some crazy antics. There's some amazing music and kiddos absolutely love this show. This is also a really good thing to do midday when, heat is at its peak. So if you don't do it now in the morning, you can always kick back and do it later in the afternoon. But you are basically in the perfect area to do Mickey's PhilharMagic or even the Prince Charming Carousel. Carousel, just kind of your average carousel, but while you're waiting for a pass, no point in just kind of sitting around. Go ahead and kill time with the rides in the area. Now, if you were meeting Mick and Min and not doing the princesses, you would just walk back up down Main Street, enter through the castle, and do these things just like I'm suggesting. So eventually it will be time to ride Winnie the Pooh. Again, you're gonna you're gonna scan in 2 times, and at this point, you will try to pass the Barnstormer or Dumbo. Dumbo being kind of obvious, right? Perfect for everyone. Barnstormer is a baby kiddie coaster. It is a nice kind of introductory coaster for those younger kiddos. If this still kind of freaks you out or the kiddos out, then skip it. It's not a big deal. Go ahead and pass Dumbo. But basically we're just moving along the map, right? We started in one area and now we're moving along to the other side of the map. Now this is where I want to stop and mention that Disney is bringing back characters. You might run into certain spots that you could meet characters. Specifically, while you're in the Winnie the Pooh area, they will be bringing back Winnie the Pooh and Friends. So if you have a kiddo who's really interested in that, then either while waiting for the ride or after the ride, go ahead and get in line for Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, Eeyore, who's ever there. And make sure you guys watch my character autograph video, because I talk in great detail about the options you can use to get those autographs. But if without a doubt, make sure you bring those autograph books for those kiddos, because after they see the other kids using them, they are gonna want them too. So be prepared and bring those in your park bag. So at this point, we have done Peter Pan, Small World. We have met all 4 princesses or Mick and Min, and we have done Mickey's PhilharMagic and possibly Prince Charming Carousel. We're on our way to Winnie the Pooh. We're gonna ride Winnie the Pooh, and we have passed either Barnstormer and Dumbo. Now it's at this point in time, it could be about lunchtime, not really sure, depending if you met all the princesses or not. So if it's lunchtime, now is a perfect time to either grab a quick service meal. You can do Pinocchio's Village Haas, or you could do, let's see, Friar Tuck, or something else that's in the area. Or if you did some advanced planning and you have a little princess with you, you could get reservations for Cinderella's Royal Table. That is currently the only restaurant on property with a guaranteed meet and greet with Cinderella. You are gonna meet her before eating, but it's a pretty awesome time because you're actually eating in the castle. In fact, here in a few weeks, once the Bippity Boppity Boutique opens up in August, you could then take your little princess over to get a makeover and then have lunch in Cinderella's Royal Table Castle in the makeover gear. So think about it. Your princess got her makeover, then she met Cinderella in Cinderella's actual castle before you went and got lunch. Think about it, guys. Awesome photos to be had in that situation. So this is why I'm talking about how this game plan or itinerary could be adjusted depending on if you did do Bippity Boppity's Boutique, if you did get reservations over at Cinderella's Table. The other option, of course, is Be Our Guest. Be Our Guest is a French cuisine meal. Not all kiddos like the food, so make sure you go ahead and look at the menu. The Beast does sometimes stop by, but there is no bell. It's just Beast, and Beast is not guaranteed. But this is the other kind of kiddie sort of like themed restaurant on property. And it's not really kiddie and food. It's really cool inside. I mean, it looks like Beast's castle. So that is your lunch options, is to do a quick service that's in the area, get reservations for Be Our Guest if your kiddos like that type of food, or Cinderella's Royal Table so you can go ahead and meet Cinderella. So you would do this most likely after Winnie the Pooh, and depending on what else you had time for. Also, I want to mention that the first viewing of Festival of the Fantasy Parade is at noon. So depending again on the times of all these things and what time it is, you could also just walk through the castle and go ahead and get ready to view Festival of the Fantasy Parade again at noon. So it starts at noon. By the time it gets through to the castle, it's probably more like 12:15 or so. But depending on the time and if you have reservations for anything, this is a perfect time to either have lunch or check out Festival of the Fantasy Parade. Again, up to you and what you guys are interested in. So basically, after we've had lunch, possibly watch the parade, we have already done Winnie the Pooh. We're gonna keep along the map and we're gonna go into the Storybook Circus area where we're gonna ride either Barnstormer or Dumbo based on our Genie Plus pass. Again, we have to scan in those 2 times. Once we've done one or both or all of the rides in the area, you're gonna go ahead and pass Little Mermaid next. That's right, journey into Under the Sea with the Little Mermaid. So while you're in Storybook Circus, you can ride again both of those rides. Characters are returning to the Storybook Circus, so go ahead and keep a lookout for those. Grab a Mickey pretzel if you're still hungry, all those great things. Once you're done in that area, go head over to the Little Mermaid. So you're gonna go ahead and ride Little Mermaid. Again, you have to scan in 2 times with your Genie Plus pass, and then you'll be able to pass again. Then you're gonna pass Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. You guys with me? So we've had lunch, we've done the parade, possibly, we've done Barnstormer, Dumbo, Journey into the Sea with the Little Mermaid. And now we've passed Buzz Lightyear. While waiting for Buzz Lightyear or on the way to Buzz Lightyear, you guys can go ahead and check out the Tomorrowland Speedway, depending on the time. You can do the People Mover, which I love, or you can do Carousel Progress, or all three, all depending on the time. Carousel Progress is a great way to get some nice air conditioning for a good 20 minutes. Easily a good place for somebody to possibly even take a nap because you are just kind of sitting in a theater. And although the show is indeed entertaining, air conditioning, middle of the day, all kind of equals a potential nap right there. So yes, you're gonna do People Mover, Carousel Progress, Tomorrowland Speedway, all depending on the time and the wait times and all those good things. And then you're in the same area as Buzz Lightyear. So you're gonna go ahead and ride Buzz Lightyear. On your way to riding Buzz Lightyear and you've scanned in twice for Genie Plus, right? You're gonna pass again. This time you're gonna pass Jungle Cruise. Now in my previous Magic Kingdom video, we would ride Jungle Cruise first, but that's because for this video, we are focusing on Fantasyland and the characters. So now, because I love Jungle Cruise and it is also a great ride for kiddos, we're gonna go ahead and pass Jungle Cruise. So you've ridden Buzz Lightyear, you've passed Jungle Cruise. Depending on the time, if it's in the 3 o'clock range, guess what? It's time for Festival of the Fantasy Parade again. So if you missed it the first time at noon, and it is around 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock or whatever time it could be, you can go ahead and wait right there curbside for the Festival of the Fantasy Parade 3 o'clock to show up if you're interested. So either after the parade, the 3 o'clock, or because you saw it earlier, you're gonna walk across Main Street. So basically you're gonna cut in front of the castle and you're gonna head towards Adventureland. That is where Jungle Cruise is. Now, waiting for Jungle Cruise to start, if it isn't time yet for your pass, you're gonna go ahead and do Aladdin's Flying Carpets, the Tiki Room, or even the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. Again, up to you guys and based on wait times and the time of day and all those good things. So basically, if this makes sense, after you've passed a ride, you don't wanna just sit there on the corner, wondering what to do next. You want to put yourself in a situation where there's other things to do in the area. So you're mixing waiting in line with Genie Plussing or skipping the line. You want to try to skip the line on the rides that have the longest waits. Jungle Cruise can easily be 70 minutes. Meeting Princesses can easily be 40 to 60 minutes in the middle of the day. And that's why we're doing it early. That's why we're just getting it out of the way. So it's not really a waste of a pass. It's you being able to just get it out of the way, just take care of it so you can move on with your day. Hopefully this is kind of making sense, guys. So you've done Aladdin's Flying Carpets, Tiki Room, Swiss Family Robinson, possibly Jungle Cruise. Again, after you've scanned in 2 times, you get to pass again. At this point, if you were not the group that did Mickey and Minnie early in the day, go ahead and pass Mickey and Minnie now. They are over on Main Street. So again, we just walked past Main Street to get to Jungle Cruise and we did all those little rides over there. After Jungle Cruise, we're gonna go back in front of the castle and wait and try to hang out with Mick and Min. While we're waiting, depending on pass time and all those things, you guys can grab a snack, go grab an ice cream, parents go get a coffee at Starbucks, go shopping, whatever it is you need to do, get some air conditioning because it's the middle of the day, and then go ahead and meet Mick and Min. Now, after you've met Mick and Min, guess where you are? You're at the exit. You are in the perfect spot to go ahead and leave, which is great if you are a Disney Resort guest who's staying on one of the monorail resorts or one of the resorts that are super close by, like Fort Wilderness or Wilderness Lodge, on top of monorail people. Because you can leave. It's super easy to leave, go to the pool, take a nap, whatever you want to do, and then you can return later, like post-dinner, and do more rides or even fireworks. Or for people who are staying off property and the kiddos are already like done, this is the perfect opportunity for you guys to just be done and head back to your rooms. Now, again, fireworks. Fireworks happen, I don't know, they're around 9:30 depending on the time of year. So for some people, that's too late. My son has never seen Disney fireworks. He just hasn't because he's in bed. Always. I have trained them to go to bed at a certain time, and even now at his age, he gets tired early and wants to go to bed. So he has yet to see the fireworks. So for us, it's not a big deal to leave the park 4 to 6 o'clock and not return. We don't need to return for the fireworks. We can actually hang out at our resort, go play in the pool, or hop somewhere else. But for those of you where Magic Kingdom's really your important park, you're only doing it for one day and you have to see those fireworks, and you are local, you can leave and come back if you're staying at a local, really close resort, or just kind of hang out and do whatever you missed, do your favorites all over again. Maximize those things with air conditioning like Country Bear Jamboree. Go back and do Carousel of Progress. Again, air conditioning. So this is where it just kind of depends on your situation and what you want to do. If you're able to just leave and come back, great. When you come back, you can try out your favorite rides, do them again, or you can try out Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, or even Tom Sawyer Island. So all those things is just really dependent. Just remember, guys, you can still get more Genie Plus passes per availability. So if you do come back later in the day and there's still passes available for these rides, go ahead and hit them up and do more options. But basically, if you decide to leave for the day or just come back for fireworks, you have done a huge chunk of the rides and the characters already in that one day, which is why if you do Magic Kingdom again during the trip, you can just save it for your favorites. Like maybe you've already met the princesses, you don't need to meet them again. So now you can focus on the rides, or you can just meet, sporadic characters that you kind of meet here and there, as opposed to using Genie Plus passes on the princesses because you already met them. These are the kinds of things you can do based on what you've already done before. So hopefully this makes sense. For those of you who need to nap more midday, you absolutely could do that. It's just when you come back, depending on what time you come back, I can't guarantee there's going to be any Genie Plus passes for the rides we're doing later in the afternoon. So sometimes it's nice to kind of push the kids just a little bit, let them see, sleep in the stroller, or let them take a quick nap on Carousel of Progress or even the People Mover, and push them just a little bit before you can kick off and leave around 4 to 6 o'clock and just end the day right there. So again, it really depends on your situation and what you have going on within your family dynamics. But hopefully this makes sense. And again, if you have kids in the mixed age group, kind of mix what I said in this video and what I said in the other Magic Kingdom video. You can put the two kind of together and have a really good day for your entire family. But as always, guys, like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it helpful. Again, Magic Kingdom is a really great park for all ages, but specifically kiddos, because it has the maximum amount of not only kiddie rides, even though I ride them, and meeting characters. So it's the absolute perfect day to kind of stretch it out with those kiddies and kind of do as much as you possibly can. But remember, guys, those kiddies get hot and get tired, so make sure we don't stretch them too thin, okay? But yes, as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications, like this video, and comment. Did I miss something? What ride or attraction did I not put in here that you really wanted to do? Or does this sound good? Does this work for you? A mix of rides and characters and all those good things. So hopefully you guys found this useful. If you guys want me to do another one of these, but focus on the older set, like the teenagers, and do, coasters, let me know, because I can do another itinerary video focusing on the older kid rides and not all the meeting of the characters. So let me know in the comments. But as always, guys, mahalo for watching. Nina out.